setup here, so bear with me. If it's bad, let me know. If something's wrong, let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear the music? Let me know. Oh, hey everybody. Clover Camp, what's up? No, hi Dennis. Hi Desperado. I asked how you been, Pylon. You hear everything. Probably too much, right, Wade? Like, I'm still messing with the audio in this. So I switched from old OBS, which, if you were here last week, not good, right? Okay, so I figured out that I hadn't updated to the Streamlabs OBS, and Streamlabs OBS are completely different, blah, 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 blah. So I'm up to date now. So, how's my voice compared to the music? Let me know. So hopefully we won't have any bugs like last week. Oh man, that was bad. I do wish I could make this text bigger, but that's probably just because I'm blind. So that's probably part of it. How is everybody? How's your weekend so far? It is Saturday, right? I'm guessing the music's still kind of loud. How about now? That looks like a good ratio. I'm into that. Let me know if that's messed up. So at least I got to update my overlay a little bit and get it more, let's say, less broken. Okay, because before it was kind of broken, I'll be honest. I've had it for the full 4 years now, so I really think I was due for something different here. So, dogs. Oh, good. I'm glad Pylon and Dennis, you guys are getting by. Dennis, I need you to elaborate on a couple of your topics. Okay, you say flowers, but I need to know what kind of flowers. Like, get super specific. More specific, the better. Referring to the devoted dandelion. Okay. I'm gonna kind of go with my gut on this stream. Do whatever I want. I mean, granted, I do that basically on every stream, but I'm kind of in between thinking I want to do watercolor or ink wash, because I haven't done ink wash for a while. And I saw some dark art online today, and I was like, yo, it's been a minute. So, I don't know. Maybe we should talk about it. Talk it through. Still setting up my little area here. Well, that's fine. Take your time. If you don't mind getting your card late, I don't mind doing it late. So it's whatever. Oh no, so you're kind of stoned? Hey man, my stream's probably one of the better ones to watch when you're stoned. Just saying. I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents in there. I don't have my glove. Man. Well, fine. I'm just gonna have to get everything sweaty. That's what it's for. The dark arts. The dark arts. Yeah. Oh man. I want to test something. Somebody give me 1 bit. Just 1 bit. I can even pay you back if it's a big deal. But can you try 1 bit? I want to see if this is broken. Because it's one thing to test the widgets. It's another thing to... Hey! Yeah! Oh. Except the ending there. Damn it. Oh well. I'll fix that later. I did my After Effects particle sort of dinger. It's supposed to be completely alpha by the end. What's going on? Oh, you guys, you don't have to do... Oh my god, $1? Whatever. Sosa! You didn't have to do that. I just wanted to test the clover particle. Thank you. You guys. Thank you. Amy's here. Amy! Also, that stays up way too long. I've really got to fix that. It was really bugging out the other day. I put it from 10 seconds down to like 5. So now this is gonna be bad. Let me see if I can mess with that real quick. It just wasn't updating. Like, I kept going through all my animations and it was like, no, we're not gonna bring that down anymore. No, screw you. I was like, okay. Yeah, like, why are my donations off and all this what's going on? Yeah. Let me see what it's up. It says 7. 7's not long at all. What's going on? Volume? No. That should have been fine. Well, whatever. If it stays too long, I'll get rid of it. Whatever. Hey, Thev! How you doing? Welcome back. It's just kidding. It's never going away. You're getting bits forever. Thank you, though. It was either Particle Playground or Systems 2. I go between the two depending on what it is because some have the textured disc and some have the textured circle. It's been a minute since I've done that too, but I'm good. I'm doing all right. Sound okay, you guys? Sound good? Trying different things. You said it from 10 seconds to 5 minutes. No, I could even screenshot it and show you. It is not at anything crazy. It said 7 seconds. It's a damn liar. That's what's up. Okay? So, I don't even know. Sounds good? Good. Sounds good, sounds good. What's the timer about? We're talking about when I get, like, bits or donations or something, the alert box stays up way too long. And I'm telling you, it's not on my end, man. I put it down to like 5 to 7 seconds. It doesn't want to listen to me. I'm gonna put on my glasses because I'm going grandma on this. Oh yeah, look at here. Ooh, got Coke bottle glasses. Okay. So my blush looks a little nuts here. Let me get rid of this craziness. Color intensity is way too what? Way too what? Somebody tell me something happy that either happened to you today or this week. I gotta know. That's a little better. God, my glasses are like, you can see all the things around me through my glasses. Yeah, it's stupid, man. Clover, Grand Clover. Thank you. I should show you a picture of me when I was in like 2nd grade. I had giant, kind of like these, except bigger, I guess. I don't know. Also, I know it's different. I'm doing braids right now because, believe me, you wouldn't want this hair down. It's Grease City. It's not good. Like, it was one of those things where if I comb my hair back, it just stays there. Today was supposed to be shower day, or wash your hair day. I shower every day, but wash your hair day. And I didn't get like really nasty today. Usually if I get really nasty on hair wash day, you know, I'll wash my hair, but I just took a shower. I didn't work out yet today. I didn't feel like doing a morning run, so I might do it later. Today's weird. I don't know. Well, finishing the script's good though, Dennis. I'm your first Patreon. What? That's awesome. And boy, did you sign up. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. So on that note, let me just kind of bring this up to speed. I decided it'd be actually pretty cool if, for my devoted dandelions on my Patreon, if I end up making an ATC at any point you want, you can just claim that outright as your monthly ATC. So what it typically is my devoted dandelions every month get a ATC, which is an artist trading card based on interest they've given me. So it's like you like bears, forests, tea, bugs. I don't know. You give me a whole list of stuff, and then every month I pick a couple things, and I'm like, oh, this is inspiring to do this, and then I just make something based on your interest. So technically, you're guaranteed to like it, hopefully. by default because it's your, interest, but it's still a surprise, right? But if I end up making an ATC and putting it up on my website on this page or during a stream, either way, if you ever see one and you're like, yo, I want that one for my monthly, I want it now, I'll just give it to you. Because, I mean, you already paid for Patreon that month, so you get it at a discounted price. Whoa. Anyway. That's good, Pylon. Has it been fun so far? So, I was between doing some dark art, and I was between doing this loot vol. Because somebody challenged me, on my Instagram to draw who would be using my acorn loot, which is this one. So they were like, oh, yo, you should draw the character who would be using that. And I was like, oh man, challenge accepted. Well, to be real with you, I tried twice today to articulate my thoughts, and it failed. And this is not actually who I would see using it, though he is using a loot. So I'm going to change it to a regular loot. And then because this guy's way too fancy. All right? Like, the one that would be using this loot, in my opinion, not be a fancy one at all. Even though it's got some gold in there, I feel like maybe this would be their, like, coveted possession that might have the slightest bit of richness to it that they'll ever have, right? So I wanted it to be more of a super peasant, like, really peasant type animal. So the fact he's dressed, like, pretty, I don't know, I guess just extravagantly. I mean, he's dressed extravagantly, and I did it. I was kind of on autopilot this morning, and I was just going, and I got to the end of it. I'm like, no, that is all wrong. That is not who owns this loot. So far, this person's challenge has been pretty on point. I'm having a tough time today, which is difficult. I mean, usually I'm pretty alright with just sitting down and going for it. But for some reason, I think I've just been overthinking things this past week. My mind's been nuts, like all over the place. So, we're gonna try it again, I think. Folded some zines. Hey! So wait, Amy, how'd you fold zines without making zines? Like, you gotta print them before you fold them. How does that work? Sev, yes! How'd it go? Was it fun? Did you have fun with it? Did you make sure it was super loose and not perfectionist? It's fun, but it's also going to be a ton of work. I make everything hard on myself. You know, Pylon, I think you do just the right amount of being hard on yourself. Really. Because you make some really great stuff. So however you're balancing that, it seems to work really well. Ooh, sci-fi, yeah. Yo, you should try a sci-fi leather project. That'd be cool. I wonder how that'd work out. No perfection, which was perfect. Perfect. I agree, that's great. Oh, Amy, so you're doing, like, original art zines? What? Because usually what happens is you make the zine, like, just, like, on paper, then you scan it in, then you put it into the template you want, then you print it out, then you fold it. You don't have to do it on folded paper for it to work. We can kind of show you how to do that. Because you can just draw on whatever. Like my light mouse is basically on sheets in just chunks. And I scan it in, and then I compile it that way into the format it needs to be to print it out and then fold it. And Gabe can actually show you how to do, God, what is it? An 8-page zine from one piece of paper. But you have to organize your pictures in the file a certain way. But you can definitely get an entire zine from one piece of paper. It turns out to be like this big, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, the water brush is good if you don't have other brushes and you're like traveling. But you end up like refilling that brush a lot. It can be kind of a bother depending, but that's fine, Pylon. Alrighty, Amy. Well, if you end up doing, wanting to do, like, on nice paper and paint it and stuff, we can show you how to take that, scan it, and then, you know, make it into a folded zine. Oh, spritz bottle. Yeah, I haven't even used a spritz bottle for my watercolor. I'm a dumb. I also kind of want to do an isometric chunk. Oh, that's smart, Amy. Yeah, if you're just planning, like, how you want it to go, that'll work fine. Yeah. Do that. Let's see. I also want him to have some fringe here. So Twitch sent out this giant thing that's like, hey, we're going to start deleting all your videos that have copywritten music and whatever. So luckily, I haven't been using copywritten music, or at least it wasn't copywritten when I started using it. So I'm hoping, like the one I'm using now isn't. I know my intro is, so I'm going to have to figure that one out, but, you know. I want to think of a specific type of, like, building to revolve this around. I really was into... Where is it? You know what? I think I sold it. Damn. Damn. No, here it is. Oh, someone did buy it, and I still have to send it out. But... this one. I kind of want to do another one like this one right now. Like a stone something or other. Maybe a castle. I want more water. Kind of want to do another one like this. I think I might. I just gotta think of how I want to do it. Are you guys cool with that? If I do another isometric like this? Maybe I'll have 2 levels. Might have to sketch this. Thumbnails. Yeah, they've muted copywritten parts in the past, but like this thing sounded just detrimental. Like they're gonna go through all the videos and delete ones that have it all the way through. It's like a huge deal. People are freaking out. Hey, Alex. A balloon? What balloon? Let's see. Oh, sorry. Let me just, I'm figuring out what I want to do here first. I kind of wanted to make one that was like a, I don't know, kind of ethereal in a way. Like maybe a scrying pool, but having it like seeing underneath it would be kind of neat, and then seeing some water. I don't know, the isometric things right now are a total comfort zone. Like I like doing them just because they're easy and they're fun for me. But I don't want to necessarily... Okay, wait. Let me get a different thing. Golther. Oh, a hot air balloon. Oh, I thought you were saying this was a hot air balloon. I was like, what? When did I make a hot air balloon? That's a cute idea. Actually, that is a cute idea. Maybe like a medieval hot air balloon with a mouse in it. You know what? You win. You win. Let's do it. The whole point of me doing streams, in my opinion, is to play off you guys. So if you have a better idea than I do, I'm gonna jump it. Okay. Let's do that. Let's make it out of like a candle, because if anybody here knows me, I go straight to the candle. Candle, and we'll make it look a little bit more, I guess, rudimentary? Simple? Less modern. Okay, but you guys gotta tell me how you're doing. With everything that's going on, I know times are crazy, but how are you doing? And I'm gonna do a net, I think. And one of my other favorite things to draw is like ropes and knots and stuff. I don't know what it is. Like, I'll draw a satchel just so I can draw like the latches and things. I don't know what it is about it, but I just, ugh, I love it. The like engineering of it is really fun for me to think about. You guys see that okay? Maybe I'll zoom in a bit. Yeah, it's a little better. So I'm gonna make it so you can basically see that it's a candle. Hi, Sophia. Oh, it takes a while, Thev. Don't worry about the level of detail. Worry more about getting down what you want to from your head accurately on the ground here. Wait, are you still here? How are you? Make it a cute basket. Did anybody do anything crazy this week? Or did you get anything neat? You're working, Wade? Oh, we miss you, man. I know Gabe's usually at your streams. If Gabe is, I'm technically usually in the background, but typically too busy to join because I'm a jerk. But no, I'm there. I'll try to start at least like signing in so you can get the views. I keep forgetting to do that. Oh my god, Pylon, would you want to collab on something? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm always for that. Oh no. Thev, remember to draw lightly like this for most of the picture. Until you know where everything's going to be, then you can go in and attack it with the dark lines. Because otherwise you're just going to waste eraser, you're going to waste lead, you're going to waste time, your paper's going to get messed up. Even if like you figure it out and your paper's messed up from like eraser lines, it's ugh. So remember, 80-20. That's a good rule for honestly anything, 80-20. Oh. Sophia, do you work with a lot of people, like, on a close basis, typically? I forget where you go, or what you do. Oh, for sure! Yeah, Wade, you and I sent Bodhi too. Like, both you guys are like, oh, oh no, my voice cracked. Both you guys are like D&D heroes, I think, to the crowds you've got. So I feel like you guys can bring your audience, Dennis can bring his, and everybody can mingle and D&D and you know, fantasy. It got lighter. Good, Dev. That's good. Just happened. I had a furry friend who was in town show up at my door, give me cookies. Oh, I gave him homemade cinnamon rolls. We just stood in the doorway, said hi, exchanged baked goods, and didn't even get to hug. Oh. Well, I'd like to think the baked goods are, a hug, technically. I feel like baked or cooked anything is a sign of love, so it's a mouth hug? Maybe? Oh, yeah, Pylon, let's do it. You hit me up. Oh, man. And then we could even... Oh, I love going next level with it. We could make, like, a character that has that, and it's their satchel. And so it'd be, like, reverse cosplay, technically. I always think that's cool. And then maybe whoever buys that, maybe we could auction it for charity or something. And then whoever buys that gets the original of the character drawing, too. So then both you and I are, like, have hands in it, and we could, I don't know, make something cool. Oh, wilderness. That's got to be at least nice for your mind, right, Sophia? Cavendish, that sounds lovely, though. I think it's at least good you got to see your buddy. Wade, you're a better girlfriend than I am. I haven't listened to it yet. Oh, yeah, that hug thing has to be pretty killer. I'm lucky I live with the person I hug, so my family's far away anyway and not on good terms or nothing, so I'm just glad that I've got the one I've got. Oh, Saphira, I'm so jealous. That's so nice. You bet, Pylon. You just let me know. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a mouse. Just because it's kinda... You know what? Give me a simple creature. Could be a mouse, could be a snake, could be, something non-obscure. Something small, about mouse size. Because if we can't figure it out, I'll default to mouse. But I want to see if you guys have other ideas. Turtle. Turtle might work. Actually, that'd be really cute, seeing as turtles can't go very high. Turtle's in the lead. Squirrel. Squirrel's not bad. His tail would have to be out here. But squirrels can get high in trees. I feel like somebody that should be in the balloon should not normally be able to go high. Snail. Snail's a good one. Though it would be hard to fit him in this. Might have to go turtle. Yeah, I third turtle. Thirdle. Let's go turtle. Because I think it'd be cute to see his little things here. Like his little paws. Do turtles have paws? Hands? I don't know. But he's looking over and down. It's gonna be super baby looking, but I think that's cute. And at least a turtle's pretty easy to get across. Just with a couple things. Oh, he's so baby, but he's so cute. You guys, today feels like fall here. It's like 65 and it's gorgeous. And I am just in heaven today. I think this is like the best weather ever. And I'm sure the summer people are freaking out. I'm really angry. Like, why is it so cold? It's June. What's going on? But I'm happy. When fall rolls around, I'm gonna be in my yard drawing all the time. And then make a little outdoor area so I can just be out there. We have so many little just visitors all the time, which is weird because our yard is stupid tiny. But we have 2 chipmunks that live in our wall. And we got a bunch of birds. We have a bunny family that lives nearby. We have raccoons. We had a mama raccoon and a baby raccoon that were in our tree the other night. And Gabe heard it. And he heard him chittering and he's like, I think that's a raccoon. I was like, what? Really? And we went outside and it was a baby raccoon and he was yelling so badly at his mom and she's just like, I don't want to hear it. And then they went off, but it was crazy. Oh, damn hamster. Amy, damn. Too late. Turtle. But I love hamsters. Oh, do I? Oh, do I? A turtle with a hoof. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of more like an elephant. Do elephants have paws? No. Do they have hands? No. Webbed feet? No. Hoof? No. Like, what is that? Like, what do pachyderms have? And is a turtle a pachyderm? I don't know. Right, Alex? Oh, it's so nice. Oh, I wouldn't mind the storms either, Pylon. We were promised storms for like a week straight and we never got them. Really, Amy? But that's kind of nice. Oh, I like storms. I can't stand hot weather, you guys. Oh, hopefully soon, Thev. Hopefully soon. Hope you get your roses. I planted snapdragons recently because they're dog safe. And, well, they're taking their time. Let's say that. Oh, good. Yeah, I love storms too. Turtles have webbed feet. I suppose they do. In my mind, I always draw them with like little elephant feet. I probably shouldn't. Ugh. I'm probably drawing turtles wrong. Like I always draw them with like a foot like this. You know? It kind of looks like a elephant, but yeah, I think they do have more webbed feet like that. Shit. Art is interpretation, right? Right. Tortoises have tiny elephant feet. That makes sense. Oh, I hate heat too, Pylon. I'm with you. Like, it just makes me not want to do anything, you know? And you can't really go outside, like... I'm not used to being outside in heat so badly, so even if I'm like, yeah, today I'm gonna go outside and be outside for a while, man, I can't. My skin and body just wither, and I'm just not meant to be outside that much. I spent all my young life on the computer. Like, can't really do it. So it's a tortoise. There we go. Sea turtles have flippers. See, I think there's sea turtles, turtles, and tortoises. So, but turtles are like the in-between of them. They have like stumpy webbed feet. Now that Amy said this, now I'm actually visioning it. They have like the webbed feet, but they're not as sleek or anything as the sea turtles, where sea turtles have like flippers. And their like shell just gels into their body. Like they're just this sleek combined thing. And tortoises are chunky and separated and, you know. Yeah, sea turtles have flippers. trying to make a basket. Let's see how this goes. Baskets can be kind of difficult, depending on how you want them woven. This one might have to go down. This goes like this. A little turtle. I guess I could have, oh man, maybe I should have just put the candle on his back. Yeah. That's gonna save a lot. So I was going into this thinking that I would have a creature that wouldn't, you know, have a shell or anything rigid, but since we've got a turtle going on, I can actually use the turtle's native design, we'll call it, to hold up the candle itself, so that I can simplify the image by not having like that little, it's like a platform that the candle's sitting on, and just have the candle on the tortoise. Like he figured it out and he's like, I'm gonna go in the air, I'm gonna strap this candle on my back, let's go. So that's cute. I dig that. For anybody here who's a patron of mine, please don't forget to go vote for your free print. Doesn't even matter what level you're at. If you're at $1, if you're at $100, doesn't matter. Go to my Patreon. And if anybody wants to actually get in on this, you still can. If you want a free print for $1, all you gotta do is go to Clovercan on Patreon, and go to the latest post after you become a patron. Go vote for the print you want the most, and then be sure to fill out, there's a contact form where you have to claim it. There's so many reasons I did this. The main ones are, though, that people become patrons sometimes and just walk away forever, and they don't even look at the updates I do or anything like that. So I want to make sure that their address is up to date, they're in the spot they say they are, because some people aren't there due to COVID. All these crazy reasons, right? So you have to go on my contact page on my website and tell me, you know, what your current shipping address you prefer is. So there's 2 steps: to vote for the one you like the most, and to give me your address. Yeah, I could set the whole thing on fire, but he's slow. I think he would notice, oh, I'm getting too close to the ropes, and he'd come back. You know, there's a lot that can go wrong, but this is like life, right? Maybe he's a master at this. Maybe he knows what he's doing. I don't know how he's going to blow it out. Maybe he's got a, God, this is a cute story now. I might have to do another daily story bits. He takes like a little candle putter outer and slowly just and puts it out, you know? I like this. Who gave me this idea? Sophira? Was that you? Sophira Turtle and Thev, you gave me the hot air balloon, right? I'm gonna write you guys down in case I do anything with this. I'll say that you kind of helped collab. Turtle, Zev, hot air balloon. See? This is collaboration. This is natural, exciting collaboration. I like it. This is my favorite part of Twitch, honestly. I can land the balloon safely. Yeah, I don't know how he would slow down since it's a candle. I mean, fantasy, right? Yeah. Maybe he's also a mage. We don't know yet. We don't know him. We don't know him. He's cute as hell, but we don't know him. He could have all these other powers and things we don't even know about. All we know is this is a turtle or a tortoise with a candle on its back in a hot air balloon. Because, duh, why not? There we go. Okay, so this is where I start confusing myself with my own lines. And this became different, so let's quickly do this. These lines here. What are your guys' favorite seasons? And for anybody whose favorite season is summer, I need to talk to you. I need to know how you deal with the heat. Like, do you actually like heat? Do you like humidity? What's going on here? How do you do it? Like, actually, how do you do it? I think maybe some people are just kind of born of heat, so they understand it. I'm born of winter, so... In the coldest parts of Minnesota, in the coldest time of year, was I born. Oh, Indian summer. Yeah, Indian summer's nice. Is that the actual name of it? I think it is. Fall or spring? Pylon, I'm 100% with you. Fall more than spring just because I feel like it's drier. But yeah, spring and fall, I love transitional seasons. I always get this really, I don't know how better to say it, but like a spiritual feeling to the transitional seasons. Like there's this, I don't know, it feels like everything's taking a breath, or like, and it just feels totally different than other solid seasons. Fall and winter, yeah, Wade. Yeah. Hello, Retro Yellow, welcome. How are you? Fall for the colors. Oh, I feel you. The colors are so nice. It's magic. It is. Spring for the temperature. So no one here likes summer? Cavendish, thank you. Welcome to being a part of the Cloverkin. Spring for the show. Yeah, but there's gotta be somebody here who's all summer. Because people who live in Florida, they have to like it, right? Hooty hoot! Thank you for the follow! Welcome. Oh, you were born in July. See? See, I feel like that has something to do with it. How about this? Do you like the month or the season that you were born into? Do you like it or do you hate it? I gotta know that, because I like winter, but I don't love winter. Like, I like fall way more. Alex, why was it summer? See, okay, Hootie's in Florida, and they like summer. That makes sense. I moved to San Diego. Yeah, I noticed people that live in California don't seem to like seasons. A June baby, and you only like it sometimes. There we go, Pylon. That's what I was looking for. But you hate the cold. Oh, Amy, you're a November birthday? Oh. Is it Pylon? Oh, yeah, June. Well, happy birthday early. If I don't, I'll try to make a reminder. I'll try to find the birthday cupcake. Remember the birthday cupcake? So for you, Alex, it had nothing to do with the heat, and that you liked it. Thev, did yours already pass? Trying to figure out a net. I didn't use a reference for this, so here I am trying to create a net when I've never made a net before. That seems legit. That seems like it'd work. Maybe. I think. Why wouldn't it work? Yeah, that should work. 3 days away. Happy birthday, Thev. Yeah, fall in New England. Very similar to the Midwest, too. Like, Minnesota. Oh. Fall in Minnesota is so beautiful. I'm in Illinois now, which it's okay. Definitely not as much in terms of, foliage and everything, but oh man, I lived in one of the prettiest parts of Minnesota, in my opinion. I loved it every year. You're welcome, Dev. Has anybody followed anybody cool online lately? You have any recommendations for us to follow? Any artists? Any cool crafters? I'm trying to think if I've followed anybody recently. I've honestly been trying to stay off the internet if I can, even though I'm running a monthly challenge. Still trying to kind of limit myself because, I don't know, I feel like even if you don't really see that it's affecting you completely, that it can be. And I mean, there's so much going on right now in terms of just everything with the pandemic and the protests and everything, that if you're feeling down and you don't know why, it might actually have to do with just everything that's unrelated to you. It might not be your fault. So just keep in mind to, look after your well-being, because it might not be your fault. Don't beat yourself up if you're not feeling ultra productive or anything like that. Because honestly, whenever you do that, it's not making being productive any easier. You're not doing yourself any favors by, getting mad at yourself for not being productive. That looks like it could work, right? Sure. So from the top down, if I was planning this for a bigger illustration, I would have actually constructed a net that was like engineered to work, and look at it from like the top down and make sure it kind of takes the balloon and everything. But this works for now. It's an ATC. It works. Yeah, Minnesota's gorgeous. I love Minnesota. Oh yes, please, Pylon. Also drink water. Oh no, my Firefox opened. That means everything's gonna open. Oh my god. I love this pylon. Yes. I follow somebody who has a similar style to this. 2 people actually. Black Feather Sketchbook and Lorgast. If you enjoy this type of flats, and I've been going for this recently too, like I think my whole digital style, I'm gonna basically just go to flats and gradients. I've been doing it on my Patreon stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't like full-blown painting. I just like flats and line work. But if you like that, you might like Black Feather Sketchbook. He just released, I'm on his Patreon, and he just released his first issue of a comic, and it's awesome. I love his style. And the other one is Lorgast. Lorgast? Did I spell it right? Shit. Hold on. Let me make sure I give you the right link. Yeah, it's Lorgast. I'm also on her Patreon, funny enough. So those 2, if you enjoy that one, I'm gonna have to follow this guy. Good recommend, Pylon. Good recommend. Yeah, me too. Me too. Because I realized after I had moved out of being in that art house that, there was more to art than just, overly rendering stuff. And I didn't want to just spend hours and hours and hours rendering things. I cared more about line art or silhouette, shape language, story, everything except rendering, right? I do enjoy lighting, but you can do that without over rendering or anything like that. So that can just be done with just value, right? Just a gradient, whatever. So once I realized that, I was like, you can be a great artist without having to digitally paint like crazy. It's like, focus on what you like doing when you're doing art. Leave everything else out. That helps create your style too. Remember that. My cup is frozen. Damn it. Oh, my jar. My precious little jar. Let me try to refresh it. See if it's happy or not. Yep. See if it comes back. There it is. Hello, jar. Yep. Goodbye. It's jarring. Oh. Yeah, Amy, absolutely. I hate the feeling that, people just, it's like if it's not over-rendered or over-detailed, they don't think twice about it. It's like, that's not what art's about. Art's about expressing yourself, Don't do the thing just because you think the thing will get you the stuff. Right? Yeah, simple stuff, I almost feel is stronger than overly rendered things. I don't like epic scenes and stuff. And I know this is like, some people like that, some people don't. I would rather see a little corner of a room where something just mundane is happening. I don't know. I'm into that. Same, Pylon. Same. Totally, Cavendish. And I mean, some stuff that's for some people isn't for other people. It's really hard to make art that everyone likes. And you have to understand that not everyone will like your art. And that's fine, because that particular style, what you do, may not be for them. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you're a terrible artist. That just means you make art that you like, that person, that's not their gig. That's not their thing. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't take it personally. I think a lot of people tend to be like, well, you don't like my stuff. You must not like me. You think I'm a bad artist. It's no. It's just not their thing. It's okay. It's like TV shows. Think about TV shows. Think about a TV show you like that your friend doesn't. It's okay. You can have differing opinions on TV shows and food. Granted, people who don't like green olives, I have to talk to you. We need to talk. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people don't like green olives or pickles or onions or garlic for that matter. But anyway, preference, right? Everybody's allowed a preference. But just because you have a preference doesn't mean that that thing you don't like is less of whatever it is. That's probably somebody's favorite thing in the world. That's why it's kind of good to not put things down. Just because it's like you have a different opinion on it doesn't mean it's less of a thing, I will have all the green olives. I always get Gabe's onions and his tomatoes and pickles off of his sandwiches. You think I'm complaining about that? No. One man's trash is another man's treasure sort of deal. Yeah. I'm keeping the garlic though. That's fair. Hell yeah, broccoli. Bro. Oh my god. Sounds like we need to talk. Dennis, are you on 2 accounts? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you guys are here regardless, because there must be something I'm doing right if you're here for you, for me, Yeah, but even his sketches, Pylon, they're super polished. They're super refined. It looks sketchy, but it's not. Every line he's making it's like a wireframe, which helps round out the figure. Those are still finished pieces. I wouldn't even call those sketches. It's like what Tim does. It's polished, Even though it's with a pencil, you can sketch with paint. You can sketch with mustard, ketchup, whatever. You can sketch with anything. But I think sketch is more referring to the part in the process and not necessarily using a pencil and all that. Dennis, you don't need to be here if you're busy. I feel bad. Now, I wish... You know what? Screw wishing. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do a little... I have a thing for moths. I like moths more than I like butterflies. So I'm gonna do a little moth that's caught on his little balloon. So he's like, what are you? You guys, this is a story in my head right now. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this. This is adorable. I'm so happy. This is art to me, man. This is totally art. The things that make you happy. Bring you joy. I love that we made something together, and it's something that is totally up my alley anyway. And so I feel like we're actually having fun. Like, these feel like hangouts to me. Like we're just hanging out and having an art get together, you know? That's why I like Twitch. I'm gonna put his little thingies out there. He's like, oh, hello, are you hitching a ride? Oh my god. I don't know, but I'm gonna assume that any hawks or anything are gonna try to get at him. Try to peel his shell off. We had a really strange thing happen like a month ago. We were looking outside, and you know how hawks are usually pretty solitary, and they have like perimeters they each have, and you know, quadrants, whatever, like that. This is their area. We saw an actual flock of hawks, actual hawks that were swirling, and they kept swirling together and going with each other across the sky, like almost like a flock, but not. They weren't in like an actual formation or anything, and they just kept circling and just going other places. Once in a while one would dive down or one would join, but it was really strange. I had never seen that before. I thought that was really weird. Maybe. Yeah, maybe the moth is what helps bring the balloon down by fanning it so that it's not full blast. Amy! Look at that! Yeah! Moth helps him bring it down. Because maybe he does get stuck. This is how stories happen. Oh, I love it. You guys. And this is why it's fun to talk to people who know storytelling too. Like Gabe and I, when we get going, we can just story. And it's so much fun. I'm so glad I'm with him because we have such a similar mindset that we can just make stories and characters and stuff all the time. And what's really fun is, yeah, we can collaborate, but also when we do things separately and we go to the other one and we show him, hey, what do you think of this? And it's a little story or something, and it's like, I can't believe you made this. And it's so cool, you know, to be able to share that with somebody. I don't know. Sorry, I'm geeking out. Turkey vultures. Oh. Do they travel in packs and such? Because they were big. You know, we thought they were like hawks because they had the flat head and everything. Maybe it is mating season. That's a good call too. You got ghosted. Dennis, no. You know what? They didn't deserve you. Don't worry about it. It's not like you could really do anything anyway with a pandemic, right? So maybe like now's the time to dig into virtual dating? I don't know. Relationships are overrated. I've had 11, 12, something like that. I was married once too. So things are going to change throughout your life. There's a whole thing with that. Just don't worry, it'll come to you when it comes to you. That seems to be what happens. It comes to you when you least expect it. Yeah, then Alex, that might have been it. What's instrument? Well, it doesn't help I'm hearing a guitar right now, but Maybe a pan flute? Yeah, maybe a pan flute. I can't figure out if it would primarily be, I think it would be no matter what, bittersweet. So it could easily turn into fear. So he's excited that he's going up and he finally gets his chance to see this guy, but then that wish, it's a be careful what you wish for sort of thing, and maybe it turns dark. And so I would want an instrument that could have that duality of being both happy and quickly turning into something more cautious or warning, you know. Cello's good too. Cello's definitely good. Maybe something a little higher pitched, like a fiddle. Oh, clarinet would be cute. I like that question though, Cavendish. That is a very good question. Did I meet you at MFF? I did, didn't I? Oh, piccolo for the moth. That could be cute. Unless it's more sweeping and calm for the moth if they're soaring, but if they're just flapping, yeah, definitely a piccolo. I like this. I like thinking of instruments. That's a really good method of character design, actually, Cavendish, is to kind of think of what instrument could represent this thing, and I think that would really help people with developing a character, because an instrument on its own gives its own sort of character to things, right? Like Peter and the Wolf, that whole thing. That's a really good point. You bring up a really, really cool thing. Bard. I'm trying to place you, man. I'm trying to place you. I know we talked hard. I'm pretty sure we talked for a while, too. No, it's not gonna catch on fire. Oh, yeah, with Soda. Yeah. Oh, I miss Soda. He is so sweet. Oh my goodness. Soda was probably one of my favorite parts of that convention. Seriously, he was so wonderful. He answered a lot of my questions, was super open about things. Very gentle, genuine soul, which I crave people like that. So, really a highlight of my convention. Technically, that was the second last convention then, because then I went to C2E2 in March, and that was the last convention ever. Never to be conventions again. But yeah, that was a nice con. I met some great people, had a good time. Okay. I'm going to actually try some translucence here. When we get to it, I'm going to have to see how that goes. I'm also wondering what time of day it should be. Now, part of me is thinking it makes sense for it to be nighttime if there's a moth and, you know, the candle and stuff. But I feel like it would be extra scary and almost too scary to add it at night, so I'm not sure. So I think I'm about at the point I want to color it. Dusk or dawn, that might be a little harder. Because I don't want the background colors to be playing with the candle color. I want the candle color to stick out. So in that case, having blues around the orange hue is really going to help it pop. I think I might just go simple and go blue sky. Is that okay? You guys cool with that? Because then, like I said, at least the orange hue of the flame will stand out pretty well. I don't have a napkin. I do. Sorry if that's loud. See, there's another reason to do things this small, is that it's a proof of concept, right? I didn't spend too much time on this. We went back and forth with ideas. I redid things a few times. So that if this were 4 times as big as it is, yeah, it'd look cool if I for sure made it as good as it could be. But it's more important that I get all the kinks figured out at a small size, and then if I feel like it's worthy, I can blow it up later and make it big on, something else. And then, what do we know about doing things a second time? Typically, they turn out better than the first, right? So if you're redoing it another time, chances are it's going to end up being better anyway, by default, right? So there are some good things about it. I'm cleaning off my watercolor palette real quick. Oh, sunset tours. That sounds beautiful. Okay. Well, let me set the stage here with some blue. I've started doing my ATCs now on the inside the watercolor book, because I can go outside the lines easier, and the painting's held down, which is another bonus, so I don't have to tape them or anything like that. And I can kind of test my palette outside of the boundaries, so like I did up here, and it's no big deal, so I enjoy that. Thank you, Dennis. Yep, work small. I think that's just the best thing I've taught anybody to do, is just to work smaller. You'll know when you want to work bigger. You know when you're ready to work bigger. Because I really think it's like you have to earn working bigger, knowing what to do with all that space. Because if you're just starting off, doing art or anything, you're not going to know what to do with all that space. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You've seen paintings, I'm sure, where you can tell that person doesn't do them very often, or, it's just kind of, it looks weird, right? Like things are kind of wonky in terms of, their placement or their size or anything like that, right? You probably know what I'm talking about. So it's important to kind of know how to balance a piece at a small size to be able to, work bigger eventually. And one of the telltale signs I tell people is if you're starting to go to the very edges of, your workspace, you might be ready to move up. If you're doing that pretty consistently, because I know for a while there, I was doing these pieces for this one series. I was doing them on 7x10 paper, and a couple of them, like I did a crane, right, with their long legs, and I realized pretty quickly I had drawn him way too big, and I should have drawn him on on probably paper that was twice as long. But, it happened, so I need to redo it on bigger paper. But that just goes to show you, like, that's one of those telltale signs, like, okay, I think I'm ready to level up my paper game, And I think it's a lot better to do that than to try to stick with big paper and make it work. Because it's going to take you forever to learn how to balance things on paper that big. You know what I mean? Because just bigger paper takes longer to draw on, So I think it's way more important to figure that stuff out when you're learning on smaller paper, and then to grow into the big paper and know how to use it. Similar to getting better art supplies, like, you don't want to get a Cintiq if you just started drawing. You all can agree with me on that. If somebody just picked up a pencil that had never drawn before and they're like, I'm gonna get a Cintiq, you're probably like, really? Don't you want to, like, test out drawing first? it's like earning your tools. You know, you want to make sure, like, okay, before I buy these $150 tubes of watercolor, I should probably make sure I like watercolor first. Yeah? Yeah. You know, start with Crayola, then go up from there. Get some Winsor Newton at some point, medium, you know, grade, and then go up from there. Hey, Frequentator, what's up? How you doing? Do you have a schedule for releasing your videos, by the way? Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Yeah, Pylon, there you go. And like Gabe's brother got the big companion thing, and it's like he needs to work at his basics first a lot more, you know? And it's just kind of like you can tell who's trying to buy the tools to make up for where they're lacking a bit, you know, in terms of technical skill. And it's like the tools aren't going to fix that, you know? Classes even won't necessarily fix that. You have to actually sit down and do the thing to kind of figure out what's going wrong or where you need to, you know, improve things. You need to be present for your work to understand, you know, how to make it better. And I've still got the same Cintiq I bought in 2008. I've had that thing for over 10 years. Oh my god. Because I bought this computer in 2012. Great computer, by the way. I've never had to reformat it. Ever. It's always been good to me. And my Cintiq is the 12WX. It's really modest, very cute. It doesn't even have Retina, so, but it does the job. So if I wanted to upgrade, I am more than qualified, I think, to upgrade at this point. And if you can say that, then yeah, you probably deserve to do it. Because if you can make money with your art, I think that's a really good indicator of upgrading your rig, you know, what you're using to get that money. But if you're not yet, think about it a little more. Exactly, Wade. Exactly. Though, I gotta be honest, I typically agree with that 110%, right? That people are like, oh, if I get this brush, I'm gonna, you know, paint like this person. No, that's not how it works. But when I started messing with the Procreate brushes on the iPad, it was doing so much crap for me that, and I felt pretty cool that I could understand, wow, it's doing this and that and this, and I don't even have to try to do that because it's doing this. And I was just kind of blown away because it was doing a bunch of things for me. And I was like, okay. Which makes it okay because I feel like knowing what I know, I can actually take that and modify it to how I want it easier. But I feel like it's not as rudimentary as somebody taking the grass brush in Photoshop and just grass, right? It's a little bit more finessed in that, you know, somebody that's not really used to using a brush or painting could use it and still make something pretty decent, you know? I was super surprised. Exactly, Wade. Yeah. But even if I didn't, you know, if somebody just picked it up and did it, it's like, that looks pretty alright. And that's just because of the brush. That's strange. I don't know. It was really weird. No, so the brush, let me see if I can even do this. Switch gears. I'm also a douchebag who puts stuff on my iPad. That's labeling, whatever. Anyway, so if I can get this as an example. I was making dandelion stickers for my curious collectors. Maybe I can show you this real quick. I'll just make a new layer. I'll hide the other ones. So, I just think this is the funniest thing. Right. You'll be able to see this a little bit. But, so they have all these kind of texture-y brushes, right? And I was messing with this one. You do have to mess with the opacity and junk a little bit more, but like just knowing how and when to press things. But like, yeah, I mean, I obviously know a little bit more than somebody who would just be starting off, but man, this is pretty foolproof for the most part. Like if I was just drawing a shrub. Like it's, I don't know. It seems really easy to make something decent. I don't know. That's just me though. But you know, like I was making, like I said, these dandelions. I was toying with the idea of if I wanted to use these or not. Keep in mind the screen is very blue, but it's just, I don't know. The brushes in here are just so simple to use, I guess. And sometimes, you know, they've just got so much dynamic stuff to them that you can't really screw it up. I feel like if you were doing leaves with this on the ground, that'd be pretty easy, you know. I don't know. It's just there are so many cool things you can do with it. And it does have a stabilizer. The Streamline is stabilizer, but it's not as good as Clip Studio. So if you want a stabilizer, go Clip Studio. But in terms of just innate native brushes that come with the program, Procreate on iPad is pretty nuts. Anyway, that's my demo. Well, that Procreate, I think, is Procreate? How much is Procreate? I thought it was free. Maybe I'm wrong though. But yeah, it's worth it, I think. If you're starting to get into digital painting and you want to paint and not necessarily do line work, I would actually say get Procreate over Photoshop. Really, at this point, Photoshop's kind of falling behind. They make it a little bit harder in terms of like getting brushes. If you're new to digital, getting and obtaining brushes, finding out where to put them in your computer, all that sort of stuff can be really difficult. So if you've got an iPad, I would say if you're gonna just venture into digital art, try Procreate. It'll be cheaper than Photoshop for sure. And then if you do like it and you do kind of take off with it, then invest in Photoshop. Yeah. $10 is like what? Stupid. Yeah. And I've been using Photoshop since I was 12. So I can tell you that the fact Procreate is that good, it's pretty nuts. I was very blown away, I'll be honest. I was super skeptical, and you know, I put myself in a mindset like, okay, if it's better, I'll admit it. And in a lot of ways, it's better. So, there's that. No, Blender's 3D. And Blender actually, I stopped using it because it was so difficult in terms of its UI. However, people have told me since I used it that the UI has gotten less painful to use. So maybe give it a shot if you're trying to venture into 3D. Though my favorite 3D program is still 3ds Max. It's easier to use than Maya by a million. I never did get to try Cinema 4D, but that's just for Mac. So, depending on what you got and what you want to use it for, Blender is technically still industry standard because it's free. You can use it you know, pretty painlessly. Try it out, see if you like it. There's also tons of tutorials and such out there for Blender at this point. So if you're looking to get into 3D, might as well give it a shot. Yeah. Yeah, and Procreate's cool too because it actually records your process too. The thing with that you have to get used to it with, though, is to know basics about DPI and document setup to actually be able to use it to make legitimate art to sell and things like that. So you gotta know what you're doing in that respect. It still has some stuff that's a little bit harder to get around than Photoshop. So usually if I make something in Procreate I'm gonna sell, I'll still bring it back to Photoshop just because it's easier to like template it and format it and all that stuff. But every 2 weeks for your videos, Frequenator, that's still good. That's still really good. I'd say as long as you're not doing a video every like month or two, you're still, you know, at the forefront of people's minds and not forgotten about, you know. Yeah, definitely try it. Like I said, Dev, it's not so much of a money sink in case you don't like it, you know, but it is a good representation of kind of where digital art is currently, you know. And you can find a bunch of tutorials online for it, lots of hotkeys and things. If you're going for line art though, and strictly smooth line art, I usually just say Clip Studio. But that's if you're heavily just doing line art and such. I wouldn't do it if you're planning on painting most of the time. You know, what am I gonna make this color? Thinking about making the balloon green, but maybe that'd be weird. Oh man, I just realized Serenity's not here. Where's Serenity? She hasn't missed a stream in a really long time. Hi, Steve! Thank you for the raid. What's up? Hey, everybody. Oh, Cavendish. Nailed it. Nailed it! For everybody entering, hi, I'm Cloverkin. You can find all my junk here on my socials. Welcome. Today we have a turtle with a candle on its back powering its own air balloon while investigating a moth. And earlier I was going to do this little vole who's got a loot. We might get back to that. We'll see. Right now we're doing this. Oh. No, I didn't, Serenity. When did you say them? Like at the very beginning? I had to reset my my chat like 3 times. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're here, Serenity. Oh, I got worried instantly. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, thank you. How you been? Let's see. I'm gonna do... This is going to be difficult because I'm going to try to do some translucence, which right now I do not have a reference up. So I'm going to go kind of from my brain TV. We'll see how this goes. I haven't started anything. Oh, university stuff. Steve, you had a daughter before, though. You were a real dad with your daughter. Come on. Son doesn't mean you're a real dad. You were always a real dad. But yes, congrats. That's gotta be fun. What'd you name the new one? I remember meeting your little girl at Emerald. She's adorable. Oh, I'm glad they get to come see him. I hope business has been good for you despite the pandemic. It's been rough, man. It's been real rough for artists. Especially with the con stuff. Oofed. Oofda. Ugh. Screen's blown out. Hold on. Yeah, get that food. Oh, thanks, Steve. Working up that year-long wait list, right? Right? I told you. Make sure to make time for you. For goodness sake. You'll be happy you did. That's a little bit more accurate. But yeah, enjoy your dinner. Thanks for the raid, Steve. I appreciate it. That's a little bit more telling of what it is. Oof, that is way too dark. Too dark. Let's see. You guys, Galaxy Quest is such an underrated movie. So good. It's one of those movies I put on in the background, like if I'm just doing whatever. So good. Never gets old. Never. If you haven't seen Galaxy Quest, you must. You must. Do yourself a favor. No one got it? Oh, Steve. Tell them they failed you. For the last time. Again. Sorry, that's an obscure quote. That's a very obscure quote. I would give somebody $10 if they knew what that was from. But they don't. Yeah, it's an amazing movie. It really is. It's on Prime. I had to rebuy it for like the third time, but it's worth it, and it was only $10, so. Grab Thor's hammer. I shall avenge you. Poor Alan Rickman. Oh, fun little tidbit about it. I realized something, and maybe some of you got to this before I did, but Toy Story had come out before Galaxy Quest. And remember the part where Buzz is kind of loopy and on T? And he's like, "You see the hat? I am Mrs. Nesbit, right? There's that part. But then in Galaxy Quest, Tim Allen's character's name is Jason Nesmith. And people were saying that might be a callback to Mrs. Nesbit. It's too close, man. It had to be, right? Anyway, I thought about that because somebody had said Jason Nesmith, and I was like Mrs. Nesbit? Wait, that was Tim Allen too. And I had to look it up. So, you know. Oh, man. Little things you notice. The little things. Maybe I should look up a thing real quick. I'm gonna look up a thing real quick. I just need to know the formula for translucence, and then I'll figure it out. Okay. So that's actually pretty easy. So I thought, okay, well, whatever. Finish it, Alex. You can do it. 50 pages is nothing to you. You're a reading professional. Get it done. Easter eggs are a fad now? Weren't they always? Yeah, anyway, I thought that was a thing. I don't know. I thought it was neat. So it seems like things get more saturated and brighter if it's translucent. So let's go with that. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Try to make this little orange. This could backfire horribly, but better to try and fail than to never try it at all. Do the thing. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That'll work. That'll do. Wonder if I could do a whole stream sometime just quoting movies. Like everything I respond with is a quote. I wonder if I could do that. Pretty sure I could. I know a shit ton of movies. There are few movies I can quote basically from start to finish. I didn't have many friends growing up. Never get Nurse Rider? Really? Cavendish, that's awesome. Oh, man. They call them termites. I love it. Thank you, Thev. What is night in German, Pylon? Like nighttime. Night. Hot Fuzz? Really? That's a good one, though. I love Hot Fuzz. That's a good movie. The police were corrupt in that one, too, weren't they? Huh. That's funny. Gabe hadn't seen Attack the Block yet. Sorry, I just jumped from one Nick Frost movie to another one. But Gabe had never seen Attack the Block, and I know he'd like that just because of the style of it and the setting and everything about it is kind of up his alley. So we watched it recently. Still holds up. Still good. Young John Boyega. Very cute. It's got some good story elements to it. The aliens are fun. I like them. They were a refreshing take, I feel. They're very fuzzy, furry rave aliens. Is it dark out already? It's twilight. From nothing comes nothing. I disagree with that. Did you guys see Winnie the Pooh, the Christopher Robin movie? I actually really like the quote, the very doing nothing often leads to the very best somethings. I actually like that way of it more. Because in terms of, I really had to hear that at the time. Like, we went and saw it in the theater, and I was overworked like crazy, freelance-wise. I was way too busy, and like I couldn't, when I got a minute to relax, I couldn't. And, you know, in the movie, Winnie the Pooh says, doing nothing often leads to the very best somethings. And that stuck with me pretty hard. So I actually made a print and put that on the back and credited it. But, I don't know, I figured some people needed to hear that because in some respects that does mean like, hey, you know, if you relax, you never know what'll come of it. Something good might happen, you know? Exactly, Pylon, and that's what I'm saying. Like, doing nothing can often lead to the very best something. I think Winnie the Pooh was right. However, if you're just smoking pot and playing video games every day, that's its own problem. But, you know, if that's all you're doing. But, you know, that's probably a given. Now I'm gonna have to make this candle probably more dark somehow. I think it's absolutely merited to do nothing once in a while. I think it's good for you to do nothing. You know, I think you have to do nothing once in a while, or else you'll go crazy, man. You will go absolutely crazy. And there are times you just gotta chill. Yeah. And that's a good point too, Thev. As to what kind of nothing. And that's the whole, are you wasting it or are you breathing? Because I think there's a difference between nothing when you're decompressing and nothing. You know, like if you have no motivation to do anything. That might be different. Yeah. Sorry if I made anybody yawn. Yep. Though sometimes I need to do nothing to do nothing. It's a nice decompression for me. But I think it's if you can't validate it because you're doing other things, like if you can validate doing nothing because you're doing things all the time, that's different. If you're doing nothing and you never do anything, yeah, that's different. Nope. So, Sean, Frequenator, that will happen. I think I wrote in the Patreon update, the 26th is when the poll will come down. So if people haven't voted yet, I'll show you. So for any of my patrons at any tier, you can get a free print and vote on what print you want. So these are the prints that are up. Yeah, that looks like crap and you can't really see it. But there's the snail family, and then a bunch of my other ATCs. So yeah, by June 26th. So make sure you vote by June 26th. If you want a free print and you want to just sign up for $1 and then vote and then give me your info and then bail, you can do that if you want to. But right now, the winner so far is Giving Directions, which is this one. Yeah, and then the runner-up is the snail family. So, that's where we're at currently. And on the 26th, I think I'll, at least the 26th or the week of the 26th, I'll send out an update that tells you which one won. Hi, Chimby Gamer Arts. Oh, it's Fowl. Well, hi. Welcome. Moopa. Good point. Because I guess you still have to eat, right? If that's what we're getting at, we going, like, big on this? Oh no, Cavendish, no. Can't you just Google it? I would think you could just Google it at this point and look for other people who have confirmed it for you. What I think I'm gonna do is drag this over. Thank you, Sophia. I switched to the Streamlabs OBS and I futz with my lighting a bit more. So I think that really changed my game. Bro, I need a Naples yellow like yesterday. Oh, big paint box. Okay, hold on. This is all of my paints and Gabe's paints. So let's see if I can find the color I want. Naples. Is there a light Naples? I thought there was a light Naples. That happened. It's okay. Naples yellow deep. Oh, here. Is this it? No, that's also Naples yellow. I don't think there's a light Naples yellow. I think it's just Naples yellow. Oh, there's a spider web in here. What? That's a lie. We go in there a lot. Come on now. I saw a couple of the games. What was it? Kena looks really good. That one actually looks like a really good animated movie. Then there's another one. Devil Inside? Little Devil Inside? Something like that? Oh boy. Maybe that'll work. I can't stand how the PS5 looks. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's trying too hard to be future. Let me show you guys this funny album of memes that I found. It's hard to tell who gaming is for nowadays. Still going. Solar Ash looks kind of cool too. I mean, if you played Horizon Zero Dawn, there's a new one. Which I honestly have to say, I think that game had some of the most original designs of a game in like the past decade. It's the whole premise of it is super fresh, and I don't think anything has really touched it in a long time. You like how it looks, Pylon? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's a little funny. I want to know the reason for why it looks how it looks. More than anything, I want to know, if there's a reason it looks so silly. Okay, so right now I'm dabbing some gouache on the side, which is like the cousin to watercolor, I'll say. And gouache is opaque, it's thick, it goes over things, where watercolor is very much it's like a multiply layer in Photoshop. So, it's going to react differently than gouache. Gouache sits on top where watercolor seeps down into it. So just think of watercolor like it's heavy and gouache like it's lighter. And you can mix gouache and watercolor too, to get the right color you want. It's kind of hard to hit the yellow I'm trying to get though. Oh, with gouache, Mupa? Yeah, gouache is actually, it's got a learning curve. It is difficult in the beginning because I remember I had a lot of trouble. I'd put something down and then later on I'd go back and, I'd try to put something on top of it, and all I ended up doing was just like reblending it accidentally, and then it turned out like crap. So watercolor and gouache are really important to think of as layering processes. So if you have a giant wash you want to do that first with watercolor. Do a lot of the stuff that you can with watercolor to get it to stay in there. Think of watercolor closer to ink. So watercolor is just going to go on top of itself and multiply, and it keeps adding and adding and adding. Where gouache you can kind of replace, but you have to wait till it's dry and then make sure you don't overwork it, because if you overwork it, it's going to start to blend. So a lot of the pre-work you do has to be basically watercolor, or at least watered down gouache, so you can get what you need to down first. Because if you go straight to using gouache, you're going to have problems throughout the whole rest of the life of the painting, not blending when you don't want to blend. You can also get acrylic gouache, which acrylic gouache is more like acrylic. Regular gouache, you have the ability to rework it and reconstitute it with water, and it'll basically come alive again. It won't be as thick or opaque as usual, but you can rework it, where acrylic gouache is a lot less forgiving. It works a little bit more like acrylic, but it's matte. Where acrylic is super glossy and dries really plasticky, it's got that sheen to it. Acrylic gouache is very matte, like gouache, but the way it works is a lot like acrylic. So if you don't really want it to reconstitute as much as gouache, use acrylic gouache. I know, it's a lot. Just gouache? Yeah, so make sure when you do the beginnings of it that you're not lumping it on. Do your washes, make it really thin and kind of build it up that way. And then at the end where you're putting like brights and things in there, you can just dab that in with, a pure color. And actually, I think I went too yellow with this, so I'm gonna bring the green back. And then when I'm done with this, at least this part of it, I'm gonna put in like a little bright mark in the middle there where the actual hot point of the candle is. And then it'll kind of come a little bit more to life. And you'll be like, oh yeah, the light is the, you know, is what the candle's doing here. I should be, Sophira. I think I've got an hour left, so I'll probably end up coloring the little loot vole, so. Thank you, Moopa. I appreciate that. I should be on. I'm usually on till 10. I'll put some yellow around this so it, I know it's kind of like an elementary thing to do to make candlelight yellow, but just a little bit so you know, it's there. It's not just like the clouds and whatever. And then I'll probably make the clouds a little bit more fleshed out too at some point here. Oh, really? Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad I could help, mainly. I think a lot of the problem is professors may be art people, like artists, but they may not know exactly the best way to explain things, which I feel like a lot of artists struggle with. I know I did in the beginning. And then doing Twitch over and 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 over again really helped me kind of solidify how to say things. And I mean, I screw up every once in a while, because who doesn't? But, you know, you get used to explaining what it is and how it works and things like that. Let's warm up this turtle. Warm him up. Oh, I was gonna show... Shit. I'm in the middle of a commission here for one of my normal things I do. So my money makers are typically my pet and armor portraits. So this right now is where I'm at. It's half rendered and still needs to have a lot of the detail put in terms of the color. But this is what I'm working on currently. So if you go on my Instagram, you'll see this is kind of mostly what I do majority of the time. So you can see final ones, because like I said, that one's like in the middle. It's in the ugly stage, I'll call it. Because if I showed that to the owners, they'd probably be like, what the hell is this? And that's done actually with marker, colored pencil, and eventually pastel. I end up doing pastel at the very end for like a color pop. So I did Serenity. Yeah, I actually have to with those. Because if I don't, that's a Patreon problem, because I usually give those to my patrons. They get to see the pencils, the flats, the render, and the pastel pop. So I have to with those. It's my own stuff like this. Like, I forgot to take a pencil progress shot of this. But if it were for, you know, if it were for Patreon, I'd be able to remember. It's like, okay. Why is it so hard for me to, like, do my own stuff? It's like, I'm probably in the moment when I'm doing it. Okay, so for anybody who wants to see kind of what these usually look like, instead of the jacked up one I just showed, but... No, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, these ones I don't. And you know what? Here. I'll take a progress one of the Vol and the Loot real quick, because we're going to move over there in a second. Man, he is just shredding on this Loot, isn't he? Shred it, Vol. Shred it. So I'm going to come back to this one. I want it to dry a bit more. That yellow, though, looks crazy in the camera, and believe me, it is not that bad. It's more like that. Okay. So let's do Loot Vol with his tiny booties and his big butt. He got a big butt. Vols also have like a tiny little tail, but it's like, it looks weird just sticking off, so I don't want to do that. Could do more harm than good. Nah, Serenity's usually really good at reminding me when I need to take progress shots. Oh, Night Pylon. Damn it, I missed him. Sorry. Totally didn't see you leave, buddy. Alright, Loot Vol. You know what? Should we do this one just in ink wash? Or should I do it in color? You guys choose. Ink wash or color? If it's ink wash, it's gonna be this brown ink. It's a walnut ink. Hi, Megan. Oh man. No, I'm glad you fell asleep. I'm happy you fell asleep. You guys, naps are so important. I gotta tell you. Really. I don't care who you are. You need a nap once in a while. Don't you dare say you're sorry. Color for a change? This one was color. I can do color again, though. I think he'd probably be better in color. You're right. Let's do color. And let's do... I want to do teals, browns, and yellows. So let's do it. So I think that'll be brown, that'll be yellow. Let's make this teal. And I still kind of want to make a... like a monochromatic ink wash scene, like another city. I might do that after this. I don't know. If Gabe is okay watching the dogs, I might just keep going tonight. If I feel like it. Okay, and let's make the hat teal. And then I think I will make the cape kind of a red. I think that'd be really cute. Kind of as the accent pop color. What's everybody doing tomorrow? Oh, I imagine this vole playing this song that I'm playing right now. That'd be really cute. Except there's no real guitar in it. That's okay. Imagine him just dancing to this song. Oh, so cute. Oh, my heart. Wash makes me feel like the edges should be roughed up and aged with the lute. Bard, although cute, was a real scoundrel. This guy? He looks like a scoundrel to you? Is that what you're saying? Serenity, you're ahead though right now, right? Don't worry about it. If you're not in the right mindset. Oh, Thev, I'm so glad you said that. Really, like that makes me feel very good. Thank you. That's really what I love to hear. It's a wonderful compliment. Yep. And I mean, you know, Serenity, you're so far ahead anyway. You finished your story. You know, don't beat yourself up. You're still doing great. And this is the part that I kind of want people to feel. So this is the time when you're making a story. And this is for Journey June right now, for anybody who's like, what the hell are you talking about? Journey June is like a storytelling challenge. So you guys are at the point now where it's almost halfway. And the halfway point tends to kind of be the most draining time because you start doubting your story in its entirety. You start doubting that you're, you know, telling it correctly or a good storyteller at all. Like all these things start to seep in. But the most important thing is to just finish it, right? So to push through, finish it regardless of how you feel about it. At the time, yeah, you might be fatigued and exhausted just in general. Then give it a day, you know, step back, give it a day. Breathing is good. Resting is good. And then dive back into it. Who knows? Maybe you'll get 5 days ahead of it when you go back into it. But really, it's knowing that there's this plateau, lull almost area when you're in a project, and not even just storytelling, just big projects in general. And sometimes a big enough project will have multiple times of this where you'll get to this point and you're like, ugh, is this even gonna end? I don't like anything about what I've done. Why am I still doing this? You'll have all these thoughts, but you gotta finish it because you gotta remember there's a reason you started it. There's a reason you picked all these things that you're doing right now for it. And there's a reason to finish it. You know, whether it's proving to yourself that you need to finish a story, or even if you don't want to be a storyteller, or, you know, the project has just been on your mind for so long that you need to get it out so you can move on to the next project. There's reasons for all these things. You just have to remember that. So, no, it's not. It's funny because this lute was made from an acorn, and somebody on my Instagram was like, oh, I really want to see who plays that one. And I was like, damn, okay, challenge accepted. And I drew this guy twice today. And I was like, you know what? I don't think he'd play this. Because I was intending for this vole to play this. And I was like, no, he's too extravagant. I don't want someone extravagant playing this. I want this to be played by kind of a common peasant, and maybe it's like their favorite thing they own, so it's a little bit ritzy, but not really. It's still pretty, it's still kind of jacked up. Like if you look at it, it's kind of shoddy, but there's a couple parts on it that are gold. And I'm like, I want that to be their prized possession. Now you look at this guy. No, I feel like he could buy like 30 million of these things. So he ended up not being the right one for it. So I still got to design that one. This one now just turned into a random vole who's playing a lute. Yeah, and it's, yeah, Cavendish, absolutely. It's a well-known part of just any project that you get to. And there's this one Steve Jobs quote that I always remember about, but I never remember the actual quote. But it's to the effect of, if you push through the hard parts, you'll get to the point where you've made something truly beautiful. But everything that's worth doing is hard. You know, and it's going to have those moments where it tries to, you know, defy you and it tries to fight back at you. But you have to remember to just push through that, and that you started this for a reason. You know, I mean, basically assuming that everything you do is done with intent, which hopefully it is, and that the things you actually set out to conquer, you're doing it for a good reason, and that you want to really badly. Like, you've got that passion, so that when you get to that midway point, you just remind yourself why you're in this. You know, maybe look back at the concept art you did, or the key elements of the story. What was it that lit the fire under your ass in the first place? You know, that sort of thing. Oh no, Dennis, like Coco? like like the plot to Coco? Oh, that poor guy. Nah, that story makes me sad. Poor Vol. He's so talented. He's so skilled. Well, Serenity, I want you to finish it anyway. Oh, really, Dennis? Yeah, it's basically similar to what you were saying. Oh, credit stealing. It's one of my worst pet peeves imaginable. I don't know if it's even a pet peeve. It's just, I want to kill anybody that steals credit. Nope. Damn it. It's okay, Dennis. I'm honestly not a huge Disney or Pixar fan anymore. But we saw it because Gabe's Mexican, so it was important to see, see it and have him represented, and look what it meant to him. I thought that was really sweet. So it was important. Maybe the Vole's playing this song. Yeah, do it. Oh, Serenity, if you just had like one really nice polished like painting of one of the, or maybe you could do, no, maybe just one of the ravens and do like an actual painting of it, kind of as the makeshift cover, I guess. That would be really pretty. I love their crowns and everything you've designed with that. I think that's really cool. Well, now he's starting to look like a hamster. Voles do kind of look like hamsters in general, so I'm down with it. Voles are much cuter than moles, but moles are cool looking in general. Aw, see? Sarai, you got a fan. Gabe was telling me he saw a little girl the other day wearing fake eyelashes and like full-on face makeup to go see her friends, and she's like 14. And I was like, man, I've never worn fake eyelashes in my life. This 14-year-old's beating me to it. Shit. Like a damn. Well, thanks, Megan. We were doing this one earlier where everybody kind of we kind of collabed on the piece. So it's a turtle who wanted to fly, so he strapped a candle to his back and made a little hot air balloon. And then he met this moth who decided to hitch a ride. Probably because he has a light source, but we don't want to think he's shallow like that. Right? Oh my god. Star-nosed moles are scary. It's just a... yeah, not cool. Do it, Serenity. You could do it just like 4x6 or 6x9. You don't have to go really big, and then just, you know, keep it small and you can just scan it in big if you wanted to make prints of it. You don't have to make it huge. Let's go warm shadows. I don't do this very often, but I want to. This vole has a very... He's got a big belly that's strapped into some pants here. It's cute. It dips. Scoundrel hiding behind a smile. You're probably right, Bev. You probably nailed it. He's fluffy. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna repeat something I had said earlier. For anybody in here who is a devoted dandelion, if at any point I make, you know, an ATC you'd like to claim for your monthly one, feel free. So you just say, oh, okay, for my June, I want that one. And, you know, the one you're working on. I'd be like, okay. So then I just send that to you as your ATC that month. So there, you know, that way you're not buying extra if you don't want to. If you do want both, though, you know, like let's say you wanted your monthly one and then you also wanted whatever one I'm working on, then you can still get the discount. But I wanted to give you the ability to grab them just right away because... I mean, why not? You know, after what I thought about it, and I was like, well, yeah, why wouldn't I give them that ability? So there's that. That's an option. God, all these guitar songs make me just think he's playing them. I love it. It's cute. Oh man, I almost did the wrong color. Let's make him walking on cobblestone. He could be hiding the crown jewels. Yeah, he's probably a shyster. Is that what they're called? Like a grifter? Shyster? It's cobblestone. Otherwise, any of the ATCs I do make that nobody claims either on the stream or otherwise, they do end up on my website, so if you end up wanting to buy one of these, you can. My patrons, no matter the tier, get a discount. So if you're a patron, it helps. Hi, Kogan. Welcome. Extended belly space to hug. I just want to take it and go like that with it. It looks so cute. It's a bit bigger, so... Man, I gotta get a better camera. I don't know what it always is. Never looks completely accurate. Where are the ladies trailing behind him? I love that. If I had this bigger, I probably would draw some other ones like behind him, being like, "Oh man, it's him, it's him." And all the ladies like, "Oh my god, he's coming this way." Well, that just means we should think of a name for him. I want it to end in like Bloplomus or Leonardmus or I don't know. No. Or Dimitri or something like that. Something kind of sexy fat. A name that's like sexy fat. But also eclectic, you know? Oh, Nightwade, thanks for coming. It was good to see you. I miss you, homie. Miss you much. Let's see. Dimitri sounds legit. Yeah. I don't know. I think Dimitri, though, I think thin. Fluff McChassis? Chassis? Cluxum. Blute. Oh, blute. Gluten? Sounds like gluten. Blute. A lot of the time for my names, for naming stuff, I'll put together consonants and vowels that I think sound like the creature in general. So, like, Bluton. No, Blute something. Big loot, blute, Plungo? Blute? Just playing with it. It's fun. I don't know, I like thinking names for things. Blute, plain, blonde. I think B names, G names. Blubulus. Blubulus. Oh no, yeah, I have no idea what that is. I'm guessing wine? Is that wine? I'm one of the few people in the world that doesn't drink, from what I understand. Blun. Bloon. Blunton? Blutimus? Bluxby? Blutesby. That's okay, Dennis. Our strengths are where our strengths are, you know? Oh no, the black, bland, bloon, vol. Vin. No. Think of Vin Diesel if I do Vin. Oh, he's playing all these songs, you guys. He's getting all the ladies with these songs. Maybe I could just draw hearts around him like he's getting all these chicks. I don't know. Or maybe the gentleman. Maybe he's for the guys. Or maybe it's a girl. Who knows? This kind of could be a skirt or it could be a vest. It's whatever. Blops, blinks, blutes. Still like blute. I wonder if it's because there's a lute. I want it to be blute. Gluten. Gluntus. Thinking names is one of my favorite things in the world. It's part of like, so my monthly mythical guardians, like the one at the bottom, I like thinking of those names every month. It's really fun. However, this month's was named actually after a scientific part of the plant, so can't take credit for that. Science did that. Bingsby. Maybe his name is Bingsby. Oh, really? Maybe he's a bleeding heart. I don't know. Wow, I didn't know that, so that means this one song I know of just got a lot darker. Okay. Let's do some brown in the background, as if it's like a city. Heart bluten loot. I like bluten loot. That's cute. Oh, your glutes? Blute glute. Gluten blute. Gluten blute. We're so weird, guys. I'll hint at some buildings in the background. How about that? I like when I get to the part of painting where I can literally just mix everything that's on my palette to get the colors I want. It's kind of cool. What about Stroomer? Stroomer cute? Stroomer? Stroomus? Strooman? Billiam. I like Billiam. Megan here is a grade A namer. She is really good at naming stuff. Billiam. That's good. Billiam Struman. Strumple? That's too cute. He needs to be more sexy. Like, we need a sexier name. This one might take a little bit longer than usual for me to name. Though I will always have an affection for anything named Crumpet. I don't care what it is. I just like the name Crumpet. No shame. Strummer. Sex leaves. I have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. Hang tight for me. Okay, I figured it out. I went to the bathroom and I figured it out. Benton. 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 I like it. It's like, it could be casual, but it's also sexy casual, but it's also like, you know, regal. I don't know. Coriander. I like that as a surname. Rearrange all my stuff. Oh my god. Bruni, what are you doing? What are you doing? My bulldog. I mean, I don't know. This looks like a party to me, man. He's got like party pack, fanny pack in the front, in my opinion. I don't know. He's partied a lot. Weird. Gabe was watching my stream in the other room so I can hear myself. I very much dislike that. I can hear myself in the other room. I don't like that, Gabe. Do you hear how loud it is? At first I was like, who is that? Is that a woman? And I was like, oh yeah, it's me. Whoops. Ew, it's me. I really don't like this right now. Hi, Chancho. Chancho, you want a hug? Come here. Come here. Oh. You want to say hello? Oh. You want to say hi to people? He loves standing upright. Don't you? You smell like outside. And you smell good. Why are you having trouble? You look scared. What's up? Are you sleeping? Hmm? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna put you down. Are you cool with that? Puffy. Yeah, I still don't hear my voice. It's not like I watch my own streams, you know, so I still don't listen to myself. But it was more weird because I heard it in the other room and it kind of sounded like me, but not right away. And I was like, what is that? It's alarming. He is a nice puff. He's a good boy. And then my big bulldog's in the back. And then I have another fluff. Butters! Butters! Hey! Here's the other one. Oh. Oh. Hi. You say hi? Hi. Hi, 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 hi. You kind of stink today. What happened? I don't know if you can hear her sounds. You're always worried. She's my little ghost. She has one blind eye. The other one's okay. Who?
Bernie.
She's over there. Oh, there you go, Butters. She's an old lady, that one. Yeah, the other one was my little boy. And then, Bruni, I cannot lift up. Bruni is like 60 pounds. If you'd like to see Bruni. What do I smell? Oh, yeah. If you want to see the big one, you can go there. A little moon eye. Yeah, she has what looks like a little moon in her eye. Very cute. Serenity helped me nickname her Moon Eye. Though I don't remember the German for it. Serenity, you'll have to help me at that again. I forgot. Chancho, don't bite your feet. Chancho and Butters, the white one and the brown one you just saw, they're both rescues. And Chancho has a bad habit of biting his feet. Kind of like we bite our nails, he bites his feet. So, I've tried to help him with that. He's just an anxious little guy. He's a good boy, but he's anxious. Ugg. Okay, his name is Benton. Benton. I think I'm mainly done with him. Them, him, them. I don't know what they are. I might do one more because I just want to do the rest with, I think, just outlining. I think I'm gonna outline the rest of it. Maybe even with pen. I don't know. I don't think so though. Maybe just the brown pencil. It's okay, Bruni. Bruni cries when she's hungry. Like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go soon. I'm getting hungry. I've been hungry all day. Nothing I eat sates my hunger. That's what my stomach sounds like. It's Bruni. What's the best thing you guys ate this week? Give me tasty ideas. What was the best meal you had this week? Pizza. Man, I will always eat pizza. Always. I don't even care, dude. Like, pizza is flipping timeless. What do you like on your pizza, Tib? Oh, lamb. I used to eat lamb. Lamb was good. On a gyro, damn that lamb. Oh, pulled pork with Thai peanut sauce. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cavendish. Bruh. Yes. Your friend made feta? Your friend makes cheese? Why is your friend not my friend? I want a friend that makes cheese. Damn. Not lamb lamby? Oh, what is that? Dev, what is that? Is it lamble or limble? Limby? How do you say it? Oh, the dish, not the cheese. Well, the way you said it, it sounded like the feta was... Anyway, you got me. You know what I'm saying. That a girl, Serenity. I've been swapping out 2 of my meals for soups. Low sodium soups. That's been doing it for me. Because salad sometimes, I like it just fine, but, you know. I really want to do just an ink piece here. Before I go. I'd like to do an ink wash piece. Oh, conch. Well, if you get tired of salad, Serenity, soup is apparently just as good. If not better. I've actually read that things with water in them, like grapes and stuff, as opposed to raisins, grapes are better and will fill you up better than raisins. So soup technically is more, they call it caloric density, I think. Anything with more water in it is going to fill you up better than without water. So, I don't know. But do what works for you, man. Do what works for you. I want to do another city. Let's make this a fast one. Let's try to go fast. Let's see how that goes. I'm gonna look up a city reference real quick. Let's see what I can do. Oh, that's good, Serenity. Shit, alright, I'm not gonna do an ink wash. I was going to, but then I got a better idea. Damn it! Okay. Sorry, Thev. I love food too, man. I am with you. Gabe?
Yeah.
Can you check out Bruni? She might have done... You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so these lines are what I'm gonna go with right now. And I'm gonna make whatever else I put in here work with those. So I looked at a picture of a city just to basically steal its lines. Now I'm not saying this is gonna be 100% perfect. God, it's not gonna be. But the idea is that it gets the point across. Enough, you know. So since I know the lines, I can kind of use it. And those of you who have been watching my streams lately know I'm on this water kick. So I'm gonna make these kinda like waterways. Maybe another, not fish city, but another water type. Maybe there's a octopus. Since somebody said squid, let's do an octopus. Similar. It's just I want the rounded shape of the octopus as opposed to a long, slender shape like a squid. What time is it where everybody is? Really? Sean, that's awesome. I haven't actually read those things at all. Is it good? Like, would you recommend it? A barbecue at 10:50 and 5 a.m. Wow, 12:20 a.m. Oh, that's crazy. It's 9:50 here. That's so interesting to see everybody else's times. I don't know why that always gets me like, oh, neat. Everybody's from somewhere else. I still get kind of giddy when it comes to travel and talking to people around the world. I try to never take that stuff for granted, you know. Just because it is so cool. Like, every time I go in an airplane, too, I don't know why, but I get really emotional about it. Like, oh, this is so cool. Maybe it's because I didn't go in a plane until I was, like, 30 years old. So, to me, it was like I could, I guess, appreciate it without getting too used to it. Like, I feel like if you have been on planes all your life, you probably are used to it. But for me, it wasn't a right away thing. Remember, cities can be really nice in just that you can draw whatever you want, however you want. It's gory and solemn in typical fashion, not much plot. Oh, Tib, thanks for the host. Did that show up on my thing? Do you guys still buy physical media, like, for the books? Or, actually, I don't like this octopus now. Or do you get your comics and anime digitally? Like, how do you do it nowadays? Sorry if that was loud. It sounded loud. Read only in digital, references in physical. That's nice. That's true. That's a good point, Freak. I mean, it's really sad for the people that do pirate comic books and stuff. It's actually why one of Gabe's comics got canceled. It's because so many people are pirating it that he actually, like, he didn't make any money off it anymore because people are just pirating it constantly. So it can suck. If you do it too much, try not to do it too much if you do it, because it really actually affects people. And we didn't even know it affected people on such a crazy scale, like close to home, until it happened, and it's like, wow. Let's do trees back there. Night, Tib. Yeah, we actually prefer digital stuff now, unless we're like supporting a friend or a small business or something. Cause yeah, we just have like 3 or 4 bookcases full of stuff. And it's too much. Like, it gets to be so much. bye, Sean. Thanks for coming. Now this is going to be different because I used a watercolor pencil. So all these lines that I've done are going to blur a bit. That was on purpose, but I want to see how it goes. Hopefully I can lose this octopus image at some point too. You're welcome, homie. Anytime. Yeah, you guys should go check out Sean's show. I think he's got a link in the Discord. This looks so much messier on screen than it does in front of me. It's really weird. I'm trying this soluble lines thing because James Gurney did it. So I'm kind of trusting him on this. Like I said, I'm just loosely doing a lot of this. I don't even have like a plan or anything really. What's everybody's Sunday look like? Anything special? work. Sunday's a work day. Yeah. I feel ya. Every day's a work day for me too. I really like that grime right there. That looks nice. I like it. Try and think of what I'm gonna eat when I end the stream. What do I want to eat? Yeah, that's true. It's a good point, Serenity. Does anybody have anybody they know is streaming right now that they think deserves to be rated? Any artists? I guess I should check and see if my friends are on first, but figured I'd ask. Not at that time of day, that's fair. I'll look on my list and see if I can find somebody. I'm sure one of my friends is probably streaming, so probably head over there. Maybe Wade's streaming. This could be a sign of whatever the city is. Right. You don't, Serenity? Oh. Alright, back to this guy. I think you'd be able to see that. Oof, not that color. Zambies is on? That's okay. She painting tonight, Gabe? She's painting models. Alright, well, I guess we could rate her. I'm gonna do some junk really quick on this one. Not one of my better cities, I'll tell you that much. Oh man, the whole end came off? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, whatever. Gabe, these paint pens are junk. I had the nib come completely off one. Oh my god. Okay. Clean that off. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I got into the zone. Forgot I was streaming for a minute. Eesh. Still put a pipe there. Yeah, I forgot to do my isometric chunk. That's what I really want to do. No, and you know what, Serenity, you had asked me that last week, and I said to make the charms, and I totally forgot to make the charms. So hopefully this week I can make the charms. So this is meh. This one turned out kind of meh. Maybe I'll take, you know what? When this happens, when a pure watercolor one doesn't turn out as much as I'd like, or as good as I'd like, I'm gonna take some ink to it. Fix it right up. Throw some ink on it. However, these guys turned out pretty good. This one, I'm still deciding what kind of line art I want to do for that one. But then this little guy, I feel a whole story with this one, so I might actually act on that. So, does anybody have any last words? Anything they want to talk about? Questions, comments, snide remarks? I had an English teacher that always asked that at the end of every class. I thought it was funny. Questions, comments, snide remarks? Thank you, Thev. Well, if you ever want one of the ATCs, feel free to get one on my website, because it doesn't cost you any crazy shipping or anything. I think it's like $3. So if you go to cloverkin.com/ATCs, I've got a few up there. I'll probably put this one up too, but I gotta make sure I've got it scanned, because I really might make this into a little story. I really dig it. I actually made a game when I was in the game industry about a jellyfish that wanted to fly. And the game was about going and getting all of the tools he required to make an apparatus to be able to fly. It was really heartwarming. It was really sweet. I got basically full control of the story and the art and everything, so it's pretty cool that I got to do all that. And it got like millions of downloads, at least 2 million I think we got up to. And they eventually pulled it down because they couldn't figure out a good way to monetize it. So they technically considered it a failure, which sucks because, I mean, you'd think something that got millions of downloads wouldn't be a failure. But they saw it as that, so they actually stopped doing original games after that and just ended up getting like licensing deals from sports stuff. So like I ended up having to make an NHL game, like a hockey game, and bowling games and stuff, which really sucked and wasn't what I signed up for, so I ended up leaving that job. But I got that one taste of at least being able to have my own game, and that was cool. Granted, I had a lot of people on my team that were awesome. It's the higher-ups that you always gotta worry about. The ones worried about statistics and everything. Okay. For anybody that's interested, there's this little guy on my screen too.